What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with Motorola Moto Pad 2026, tips and tricks and hidden features. So stay tuned if you want to learn how to get the most out of your device. So this is the Motorola Moto Pad 2026. Now, this is a very interesting tablet from Motorola because despite it being a Motorola branded product, the actual software we're getting here is different from your typical Motorola device. And I think the reason for that is that Lenovo is the parent company of Motorola, and there is also a Lenovo version of this tablet that looks almost identical. So I feel like they actually took the software from that device and then threw in a few extra Motorola things, but overall it's more similar to the Lenovo experience. So I might be wrong about that, but nonetheless, let's get into it. Now, the first thing I want to show you is a feature called PC mode. Now, I love the tablet interface, of course. It's very user-friendly, nice and simple, and it's definitely very well designed. But if you are using a keyboard and mouse with this device, and there are some accessories available where you can connect to those pins on the bottom, but basically if you're using that kind of accessory and you want more of a computer desktop experience, you can just pull down the shade here, and then you'll see this option called PC mode. So if you tap on PC mode, check this out. It literally now looks like a desktop computer. And you can still use this mode without a mouse, but it is definitely way more optimized for a mouse. So I can go to Notepad, and then look at this. It opens it up in its own separate window. And then from there, maybe I want to open up Chrome. It opens up Chrome in a window as well. So it's very cool that we get this PC experience where I can minimize. You can see down here, it shows me which applications are open right now. I can also go to my recent apps and see the recent applications right here. And I can go here as well for various settings. So it's definitely very intuitive, but if you are using a keyboard and mouse with your tablet, and also this tablet has an 11-inch display. So it's definitely big enough to be used in a full desktop experience. So you can definitely do that here if you want to by using desktop mode. And then to get out of this, simply go over here, tap on PC mode, and then it switches things back over to normal. Now, in addition to that, if you go back to the shade here, there's a lot of good stuff, and there's certainly more options here than I can show you in this one video, but definitely explore the various things you can do here. This one's really cool though, it's called reading mode. So if you tap right here, you can actually go to the settings for reading mode, and you have two different options. You have a color reading mode or black and white, so you can choose between that, but basically, we'll go back over to this and activate it, and I'll show you how that looks. This is a much easier on the eyes experience compared to the typical look of this tablet. So definitely if you're reading a book, this reading mode is much better. It almost looks like e-ink in a sense. So that's really nice. And then going back over to here, here's another good one. It is split screen. So if you tap there, you can pick the first application, and then from there, it gives you your full app drawer. You can pick the second app, and then now you can see we do have split screen here with the tablet. And then if I want to swap these around, I can double tap right there. It swaps it. I can adjust to if I want one of them to take over more of the space than the other, but that's how to get split screen here with the device. You can also tap on this pen icon right there, and then from there, you can fully customize this drop down. So going further down here, you can see there's even other options that are actually not in here as it is. So if you want to add some of these and maybe remove some of those, you certainly have the ability to do that here with this tablet. Now the next thing I want to show you is how to get a battery percentage in the upper right corner on this device. So by default, we just have a battery indicator icon, and it kind of gives you some indication on the amount of battery left in the device. But if we go to the settings and then go to search and then type in %, and by the way, we can also turn the tablet this way as well. But there's battery percentage as an option. I'm going to go right there. And then now we can enable that. And then now we do actually have a battery percentage in the corner on this device. So that's certainly very helpful. Now, in addition to that, there's also a battery saver. So if you enable battery saver, it's going to turn off some various background tasks. But in exchange for that, you will be getting way better battery life here with your tablet. And in addition to that, there's some other customizations you can make as well within Battery Saver. So I definitely recommend exploring all these various options. Now the next thing I want to show you is how to take a screenshot with the Motorola Moto Pad 2026. And there are multiple ways to take a screenshot here with this device. Now the first way is to hold the power button and volume down for about a second. And then just like that, we took the screenshot. and then from there you can share it or delete it. You can also hold down the power button and ask Gemini to do it. Take a screenshot.
Sure, taking a screenshot.
So Gemini took that screenshot, so that's really nice. Now another way to take a screenshot is to place 3 fingers on the display. So we took a screenshot, and then from there I can actually select, by doing this, what I want to actually take the screenshot of. So I selected that, I'm gonna go to OK, and then it took that cropped in screenshot. Now if I swipe my fingers, 3 fingers that is, it will just take a screenshot without giving you that cropping option. And then another way to take a screenshot is to pull down on the shade, and you'll see this option called screenshot. Tap there, and then it takes a screenshot. But that's how to take a screenshot with the Motorola Moto Pad 2026. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is called quick gestures. So go to the settings, and then from there, go down to the general settings. And then from there, you're going to see right here, quick gestures, go there. Now I did already show you some of these, but you can customize what swiping down with 3 fingers actually does. So if you want to go back to the home screen by doing that, you can set it to that. And then now swiping literally will take you back to the home screen. So that's pretty convenient. You can also see here, swipe up with 3 fingers turns on multitasking. So we'll do that. And then now we're in the multitasking area. However, I did recently just close out all the various apps here on the device. And then if I double tap with 3 fingers, it'll create a split screen. So I can pick the first app and then the second app. Kind of like what I showed you before, but just another shortcut to get to that. And then there's a few more here. So lift the check tablet, that's already enabled. There's also a double tap to power on the screen. So we'll enable that. Double tap to lock, another good one. And then there's also quick open camera. So for the camera one, if you double press on the power button, it opens up the camera. So that's really convenient. And then now that I set it up this way, double tapping on the wallpaper turns off the display, and then double tapping once again turns on the display. Now for the next thing I'm going to be showing you, go back over to the settings on the device, and then from there, go down until you see One Vision. Now then from here, go to floating window, and then enable the floating window app sidebar. So now with that enabled, you're going to see this little notch off to the side here. So swipe over on that, and then now you have quick access to your various applications. And then if you tap here, it'll show you all the various apps installed on your device. But if you tap on one of these, it'll then open it up in a floating window, which is really nice. So you can see the calculator is now floating there, and then I can do other stuff here on the tablet. If I tap up here, I can switch this over to split screen, full screen, or I can tap here to completely close it out. Also in this mode though, I can resize the app. So if I want it smaller, I can do that. I can really do whatever I want to do here with it. But it's really awesome that we're getting this multi-window multitasking also in this mode, in addition to the desktop mode that I showed you previously. Now there's still more customizations. So we're going to go to the settings here, and then from there go to personal customization, and then you'll see this one, theme, and this gives you options to change the theme of the various icons on your device. So there's a lot of different options here available. So it's slowly loading here, but there's quite a few options available. So let's wait a second and see what all these options are. However, yeah, very slowly they're all loading up. So we've got this really flat design, kind of a 3D design there, an ocean design, premium, and then some sort of armor. So that should load. There we go, right there. So let's see, which one do I want to pick? I'm going to pick this 3D one. I'm going to go to apply, and then now it's applying it. And then now you can see not only did it change the wallpaper there, but all the icons look different on this device. So definitely try out these various themes. Maybe you'll like one of them. It's definitely kind of a fun look here. But also in this area, we can go down to charge animation. And then over here, we can change the literal look of the charging animation. So this one is the default classic, but we can go over to this one, for example. And then now when the device is charging, this will show up instead. And then from here, go to display. And there's lots of good things here, by the way. There's also dark mode if you want that. But if you go down here, you can go to lock screen. And then from there, you can customize the lock screen. So you can add text onto the lock screen. So maybe you want to add your email address, for example, in case you lose your tablet, someone can send you an email, and then hopefully you can get it back. or even your phone number if you want someone to call you if you lost your tablet. Hopefully they'll actually contact you and not take it for themselves, but that is an option. And also what you can do too is add shortcuts to the bottom of the tablet. So right now the lower right has the camera, but you can change it to these other options. Same thing for the lower left, it's set to none right now, but you can pick one of these. So that's another way to customize your lock screen here on the device. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this video on tips, tricks, and hidden features for the Motorola Moto Pad 2026. So if you've been following my other videos about the other Motorola devices that I've covered, then you'll definitely notice that this software is unique and definitely really different from the Motorola phones. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Again, this is the Moto Pad 2026. I hope you have a great rest of your day.